Welcome back to another episode of True Talk with the Thorpes. I'm your co-host, Adrian, and this is my lovely wife,
Tara,
who is in slight pain because
my voice is gone.
her voice is going.
I'm working too hard, guys. I'm just out
Working
here
too hard,
grinding, hustling, shouting.
Was you shouting last night?
No, that was no. Okay, it's context. Okay, we were at church, and at church is conference, and every day they have a person that does music. Normally, I'm the one that's singing, but I got a day off.
If you follow us on Instagram, you'd see the video.
I got a day off, and we had some of the guys from church perform, and they killed it. And I was shouting.
Shout them
and
out.
Huh?
Shout them out.
Yeah, shout them out then.
JLP, J Reborn, Jana Music, Spotify,
Hebron. Come on.
H I Need.
But yeah, so anyway, my voice is gone, but I had to still show up for this episode. And the reason why I had to, if it was anybody else, you wouldn't have seen me here. But I had to because we've got someone on the show who is a dear friend to us.
Let me just explain something. So he was a groomsman, but with my groomsmen, I call all of them the best men. And I had 10 of them, and he is one.
Yeah. We're the godparents to their kids.
Well, I don't like the younger one. That's your one. She don't like me, innit? So my one's the older one.
They're both mine. My babies. Great friends with his wife, his family. We have got the man, the legend,
The myth.
Kenny, the mailroom. He's a ninja. You might see his face, you might not. Most of the deals that are happening in the sports industry are coming from this man here. Kenny, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's give him a
To
round of
True Talk with the
applause.
Thorpes.
Let's give him a round of applause, man.
Thank you for having me,
Welcome to
guys.
True Talk with the
Thank you for
Thorpes.
having me.
So we got to start from the beginning because we've known each other many, many years.
No, we got
many,
to
many
shout out
years.
his business first. What are you talking about?
You're going to go through it, innit?
No, but let's do that first.
All right, go on then.
So, Kenny, if anybody wants to follow you, where can they find you?
Man, Instagram.
Yep.
I've only just recently made an Instagram account about a month and a half ago.
Just got verified in them things straight away.
We're doing this
Man
already.
like Kenny, you
All
know.
right. Free Agent
Yes.
is my name on Instagram.
Yep.
The Mailroom.
Yep.
But LinkedIn's my space. And it's my full name, Kenny Annan-Jonathan.
Jeez. One more time for Kenny.
I'm going to have trouble with this. I can see it already, you know. I can feel it.
So you said you wanted Kenny to
Let's
start.
start from the beginning
Right.
because what we do on this platform, I'm not sure if you've seen our podcast. It's crazy.
I've seen your
Oh,
podcast.
okay. What we do, we highlight excellence and especially black excellence. And
Absolutely.
as you're one of my closest friends,
Wow.
we're using you.
Yes.
You're in the spotlight today. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just say something before we start?
Yeah.
Kenny is the first business person that I have ever met in my life. Like, not like your typical white guy works on Bond Street. No. We used to chill. We're going to get into this. But when we used to chill when we were like 18, 19, all of us would be running joke. He would sit in a corner with a laptop working. God knows what he was working on, but
I
he
have
was
no idea.
working.
I didn't
That's
see
right.
any.
Go.
Yeah. So where can we start? All right,
From the beginning.
let's start from
The beginning.
the beginning. So I met you. No, we became friends because I knew you before,
Yeah,
but I
we
just
knew
didn't
each
like you. You thought you was that guy. And
How can you not? Why did you not like me?
I don't know. There was an energy that you was giving out.
What energy?
I don't know. Maybe
Bro,
it was
I'm like the nicest person
Maybe
you
it's
know.
because of his teeth. Was he
I
jealous?
was just about to say
He
that.
was jealous.
I wasn't jealous, but
He
it
was
was like the
jealous.
bright smile. Used to wear this fitted a lot.
Jealousy.
Like it was just
Yeah, not like me. You know?
The
it's
jealousy.
crazy.
Boys, I remember
You was jealous of, so you didn't like
No, I
Kenny
didn't
because
say
he
I
had
was
good
jealous.
teeth.
I didn't say I was jealous.
Because he had good teeth. It's okay. We'll keep going.
Yeah, man. Green don't suit you, bro. I'll be honest with you.
But yeah, you was the first person to start my modelling career.
Hey, listen, man. It was good times,
It
boy.
was.
I look at Tara's face.
2008.
If you want to start from the beginning, man, it wasn't all rosy, man. Tara never used to like me as well.
I didn't like Kenny. I didn't like him. Do you know why? Because he took my man away from me.
Guys, I'm just
Okay?
saying, let's just put this out there. From both of them not liking me, have you noticed, that's got nothing to do with me. That's a them problem.
No, yeah, 100%.
Them problem.
100%. It was definitely, I was taking it out on you because of him.
Yeah.
But
I did take him away a lot, though.
You did.
I
I spent
did.
every day with this brother. Every day with this guy. Then he's like, babe, I can't meet you because I'm going to Brighton today, and then I'm going to Bournemouth tomorrow, and then next week I'm going to Manchester, and the week after I'm going to Southampton.
Who's
I'm
on
like,
tour, man?
what
Who's
are
on
you
tour? Who's on
doing?
tour?
Touring
What are
all up
you
the unis.
doing?
Aye.
And why were you touring, guys? What was going on at this point?
So, I used to run a fashion brand, a streetwear brand, and
Sorry, called?
Played-Doh
Boom,
apparel,
boom, boom.
old school. But yeah, it was a good time, man. A lot of young energy. Like you're saying, like, I've known Adrian for years. Like even further back than I can probably remember, just being around, like from play centers, youth clubs, and being around like our friendship circles. But just I remember there was like a point where we just became close. Like I'm saying, where literally it's like we were just hitting each other up. I was just a mutual respect and interest. And these are probably the vast days, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and I remember like even when I was doing the clothes, when I had the samples, I'd always run them by you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, because do you know, actually, I know why, especially actually I ran them by you, yeah? You was the first person I knew with a new era headwear collection. 100%. Like, you was the hats, man.
facts.
They weren't all fresh. They weren't all fresh, man. But you had a sick collection, yeah? And I remember, like, so I valued your taste in fashion because it's funny, even though you was from Junction, you went school in West, yeah? So you had a bit more of like a fashion outlet. So you see, you was wearing Bapes. You was like the first person I know wearing Bapes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I get onto you and your Fat Albert jackets and all them things there back in the days, yeah? But I remember you had like such a good sense of style, yeah? And I remember, so if there was anything I was putting out, especially where the brand was so colourful, I'd always run it by you. And Adrian's mad honest, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
So you'll see something, I'd be like, nah, that's dead. I'll be like, bro, I just spent a bit of time on that, you know?
100%.
He's like, no, that's dead. No, that's
100%.
dope. That's dead. So I used to just go to you and just be like, okay, so-and-so. And then at the time, it's weird, innit? Because like fashion has changed so much. But the way to get your brand out there was doing like the uni circuit. Like promoting at universities.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't know no models. So I was like, Adrian, man. Not Adrian, that's weird. I just called you Adrian,
Lunch.
you know? Lunch. Yeah? I was like, Lunchbox. I was like, you've got to come a model for me. And I just remember, because at the time he was dancing, right?
Yeah.
So there was a level of confidence already that I knew that he had in it. It's not like just getting someone from Fresh. So we were just going around and just like promoting the brand, man. And I think that was probably like the catalyst that actually drove us a lot closer.
It was very annoying.
It was intense.
It was very annoying. No, it was very annoying.
Why?
Because I didn't see my man anymore, okay? And my man had chosen another man over me.
That sounds...
So
Wild.
that's what had happened, okay? And I remember the first time I met Kenny, we went to, you guys used to practice in the youth club.
Yeah.
I came to the youth club and they was banging funky house, yeah? And Adrian was like that, and he was wearing the stuff and he was like... and I was like, are you stupid?
What? It was
Who
vibes.
do you think you are?
It was
And I
vibes.
sat there and I was mean mugging everyone. I was like...
I remember as well. Why are you bringing your bad vibes, man?
I was
And
so
the energy
annoyed.
was high as well.
No, I brought that. Oh,
She
one
brought
thing
the
about me,
energy.
I can control the energy of a room. That bad boy, I'll let it go high, but I will bring it low. Because I was sitting, I was like, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. And you know what the thing is, yeah? Back in your younger days, you was like, chef's kiss. So I was like,
so what, I'm
when
not
you're-
that
Do you know what's happened? Do you know what's happened? Do you know what's happened?
I never won, though.
No. I'm going to tell you, because it's the same for me.
go on.
We're not at our best right now. We're getting better.
Speak for yourself.
No.
I'm aging that fine wine, I'll be honest.
It's kind of got like a vinegary taste to it. But it's okay, because we're getting better. No, but we're getting better. We're losing weight. The faces are coming in.
I hear it, man.
I'm telling you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
But that's why I, for me, I found it hard. Now, I'm only
remember.
joking though. But I did find it hard because I was like, you're going to all these circuits. I know that there's other women there and stuff like that.
That's true.
And for me, it just made me feel like insecure, like you're actually buff. So I know if I think you're buff, then other people are going to think you're buff. So I was like,
true
one. And do you know what it was? It was when he used to do the dances. So basically, yeah, they'd have on the Play-Doh outfits, yeah, and they come out to Funky House, yeah, and they'd be dancing, and then you'd have someone doing this, you know, like the Funky House thing, whatever. And I was like, I am so annoyed. And then I remember when, you know, guys, you know, the whole church thing and going to church, Adrian actually started coming. You've said this before, innit? Oh, so you go for it.
So that was 2008. It must have been one strange evening that me and this guy and another one of our friends were walking in the road about 3 in the morning. And we all met each other. and they were talking about church, and I was like, "What? Why are you not talking about church?" I didn't understand that. Anyway, they invited me, and that's how I became a Christian. Like, of that random day,
A random conversation.
random
Mad.
conversation,
Yeah, it was mad.
and it was like the next week I gave my life to Christ.
I remember that day as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Mad.
100%.
And then, sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say, what's even crazier? Now you're saying it. What I didn't consider. Remember, he was also the first friend that I had that had a girlfriend.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. What one of my brothers had
Oh,
girlfriends?
good you, come. Good
You know,
you.
there's-
Good you know.
Good
But no, but
you.
the
I
difference
remember Carl saying I was the only friend that he knew that had the dad present.
that's what I was just about to say.
So, and that
Had
played a
both
part.
parents.
That played a part in me having a girlfriend because I'd seen a marriage.
He's seen a successful marriage.
That's why I had a girl.
mad.
Yeah. But
I
not
didn't think
us.
of
We were
that.
just out. We were just around. No, we was about. So I remember. So it's mad, yeah. Even though obviously you're his girlfriend, we weren't considering anything
Right,
else.
of
It's like it's our
course.
brethren. We're like,
Yeah.
what do you mean she's upset about? Upset about what?
Yeah,
What does
yeah,
that
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, like it didn't even make sense.
I remember one of my first disagreements with Kenny. I had started coming to church, and then I remember we was in. Do you remember when Sister Julie used to make rice in the back, in the back of the Methodist
Yeah, yeah,
building?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
after church, we go to the back of the building, and Adrian was like, he's going somewhere with one of his friends, and you knew the friend. And I was like, Kenny, don't you think it's inappropriate that he's going? And Kenny was like, Kenny does his face when he's annoyed, he'll do. And I was like, Kenny, don't you think it's inappropriate? And he was like, no. Why is it inappropriate?
Oh my
Don't
god.
you trust him? And I was like, Kenny, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Kenny? I
Oh
was like,
my
all right,
gosh.
all
Why
right,
don't I
Kenny,
remember
all
this?
right. And do you know the way you guys were going? It wasn't anything wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
but-
get what I'm saying? It was just my perspective on it.
Yeah.
And then, listen, one thing I've got many things to say about Kenny, many good things. Kenny, yeah, our church, obviously God is the person that changes people's hearts. But I'm telling you, our church was built on Kenny's shoulders. No, honestly, on a real, a lie. Kenny,
Top evangelist.
top
Guys,
evangelist,
please, man.
Pastor Kenny.
Let's just, for the record, how many people were in our church when you started going?
Yeah.
Included myself, probably about 7 at max, I think.
Seven people. Now we've got like, as of yesterday, there's probably about
250,
250 to go 300, yeah? That first year I got saved April 2009. By December 2009, we had 100 people in church.
Yeah.
And the majority was stems from
Kenny.
Kenny. Just telling people that we knew, that we saw on Facebook. We used to go roller disco every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Bro.
Every Sunday. So Shubs in up, like, yeah, we'll go to church after. And just bring whoever and come. And whoever stayed. Whoever left.
Yeah.
Whoever didn't want to come.
Yeah, it was mad. But them early days were good though. It was
Yeah.
fun. Like it's mad because you're just figuring it out.
100%.
I said, like, I look back now and a lot of like whether it's mistakes that we made or just building, because even like our relationship, what it is now, it'll be hard to replicate with someone new that you meet.
Absolutely.
Because like our life experiences at the age of what, 16, 17, 18, like our early teens and the stuff that we was going through, we went through a lot in a short amount of time.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I'm saying? But it's beautiful times, man.
It's beautiful times. I feel like there's so many good memories. I kind of
Too many stories. I think there's
there's so many
yeah.
stories. But I think I want to speak about the memories, but I also want to speak about the business side as well. So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But one of what's crazy, it's a fond memory, even though it was a hard time. I remember when we got married, and we had no money. We were broke with the Mercedes C-Class sitting outside the flat,
You had that at that time?
We did. And we lived opposite Kenny.
way.
Yeah, we did.
I
We
know what
lived
you're gonna
opposite
say.
Kenny,
I know
yeah.
what you're gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah.
And there was somebody that lived in the same block as us, yeah, and we were all broke.
Broke.
And we were like, oh, what you got? I'm hungry, man. What you got?
a
What
mad
you
thing,
got?
I remember this.
So we said, let's bring everything from our food cupboards and let's meet
link up.
downstairs and let's link up, yeah. Kenny came with, what did you come with?
Maggie cubes.
Maggie
Maggie
cube.
cubes.
And
Them
space
cubes.
Sky crackers, them
Skycrackers.
dry, rusty crackers.
Skycrackers.
We came with, there was one tin of beans
Yeah.
with sausage already
With
in them. I
sausage
don't
in
know. You know, you picked that up by accident. It's meant to be
It's
beans.
supposed to be beans.
Yeah.
He's definitely lying. He definitely was the king of eating the sausages and beans. He was.
What else did we have?
And then Ash brought Like, you know, the 30, the 20p
Yeah, I put noodles in there somewhere.
No.
I was just
It
not
wasn't-
noodles.
it wasn't-
And I
it
bought the
wasn't-
cubes for the
the pack.
noodles.
She had the noodle, the
cheap
one pack.
as the pack.
Yeah.
The
yellow-
120. How's that going to split between 4 people?
Yeah, it's mad.
And we looked at each other and we was like,
Can't do this again, boy.
Crazy, you know.
this is wild. And that time will always stand out to me because I remember back then, we all said, and you know what? One thing about Kenny, yeah, and he's going to roll his eyes when I say this, yeah. I say he's got God's gold spoon in his mouth, yeah. I've always said this. And Kenny's always been the dreamer out of the group. Like the dreamer as in, no, I will make it and these things will happen. Whereas I'd be like, I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure. And I remember back then, Kenny would be like, watch guys, watch in 10 years. When we look back, watch what's going to happen. Watch, I'm telling you. And I think for me, like I said before, we would go to these, we'd meet up and we'd all be chilling in a room. Us lot would be just ramping, cussing each other, bantering. And Kenny would be sitting on a laptop, figuring out. He was the first person I knew that had a MacBook. First person. And he would be designing the skits for Play-Doh.
The logos, yeah.
And I was like, why is he spending so much time on it? Can he just put the laptop
I
down,
lived
man?
on that laptop, you know.
Constantly.
I lived on that.
But you was building a streetwear brand at 18.
Yeah.
That's not normal, Kenny.
Do you know what? It's mad. Like, and even with that, I got to give a shout out to Kwesi, obviously, yeah. My business partner / cousin. But the reason being is because when I started, like, I had no intentions of it being anything. Just done it because it was something cool. We was outside anyway.
Yeah.
And I liked design, but I just didn't really think nothing of it. And I just remember just getting into it and enjoying it. And then it turned into something where we're starting selling. I'm seeing people want to buy it. And I remember, because it was called something before, Accent Limited. And we changed.
Oh, is that what it was called
It was
before?
called Accent Limited because it was Kwesi and a few other guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it? I thought it was just him.
No, it was him and like 3 other guys. But I'll let him explain.
begged
There's a
them
few
for a hat,
politics.
you know, I begged
Yeah, I
them for a
remember
hat. It used to
early
have
days.
a hen.
Do you remember it had the hair, it had like the fox,
crazy.
it had loads of different characters.
Mad.
But what happened is I was carrying on with the brand and I just didn't feel attached to it because it had nothing to do with me. So I basically just redesigned the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like, so basically one day I was sitting there, I was like, I need something that resonates with me because it looks cool, but it just didn't feel like personal. So I just kind of redesigned the whole thing. And I think at that time it was kind of like, I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like, I was one of those people in the ends that I'm not heavily involved in everything, but I'm about. And so I'm with the man there and we're getting up to stupidness. But obviously other times I'm with like Kyle, Jason, Lunch. And it kind of distracted me from a lot of the nonsense that was going on.
Yeah.
So I think, I remember even getting that first Mac, I got that on credit.
Mad.
From PC World. And you think I could even afford the payments back then?
Mad.
I swear I got a CCJ from that now. it's crazy.
Remember,
You
you got,
look
remember
like
when you
that.
got the camera as well?
Yeah, I bought the camera. I was
Oh my
like,
days.
because again, I wanted to, I can't even explain it, but basically, I was the person on the ends when everyone wanted to do something, I'm going to figure out how we do it.
Absolutely.
So it was like, everyone was doing music videos. I was like, well, I'm just going to buy a camera so I can shoot stuff. There was no money in it. I was just like, let's just try a thing.
I remember
innit?
you doing a music video.
I was shooting music videos early.
You done like 2 freestyles.
Do you remember? I'm mad, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I just kind of started with that. And it's like, I definitely had a creative itch somewhere. But exercising it was just kind of like, it was a distraction for me, if I'm honest with you. And then through like time, I just found a bit more of a purpose because I understood that it could be built into a business when I started to see people buying it. Remember early days, man, we had like Lil Wayne in it, Omarion, Chip early days. Like there was like there was just a few people, Memphis Bleak, like loads of people in it. And it was just like, yeah, it just grew, man. But it was a distraction, man. So yeah, I just enjoyed it when I could.
That's cold.
I remember, it's funny you say entrepreneur stuff, yeah, because I remember one day when you got the keys to the Wand Youth Club, and we went back to your house, and your mum was saying,
Disclaimer, by the way, I was working as a youth worker at that time. That's a very short-lived part that people don't know.
Oh, was you?
That's why I had the keys to the Wand. I was youth working for the borough.
Shut
Hence
up.
the reason why I had that. I never speak about that. That's mad.
Shut up. I did not know that.
Crazy.
and I can't remember the conversation with your mum, yeah, but we were all talking, and then obviously she made me my chicken.
Yeah.
So while I was eating, I heard her saying, yeah, Kenny, you've always been entrepreneurial. And I was looking at like, you've been entrepreneurial. Just why don't everyone just get a 9 to 5? I don't understand. You just work. Why do you mean entrepreneurial? And it's full circle now. Like, you've had how many businesses?
Yeah,
it's mad.
successful businesses. Successful.
Yeah, they've done okay.
They've done better than most.
Do you know? Yeah.
We was walking through Peckham the other day.
That was yesterday.
Me, David.
Was it yesterday?
No, the
Monday.
day before.
Oh,
Me,
Tuesday.
David. Yeah, go on.
Someone walked past us and had your old hat on, the old Play-Doh hat with the skits face, the black one.
That's crazy.
The woolly hat.
Oh, right.
This
like
is
that
2024. When did you make that hat?
I don't know, man. Early 20s, like 2000s, though.
Like,
That's crazy.
Also, 2 days ago, I saw someone in a long live hat.
Yeah, that's mad.
I said,
oh my, we gotta get into it.
we got to get into this.
Long Live is obviously another one of your
Another venture
streetwear
that I've
brands.
done. Yeah.
And you were in collaboration with who?
Wilfred Zaha.
Zaha. Zaha is
Like,
A business partner, client of mine for what I do now.
yeah.
Hence the reason how I kind of transitioned into what I do now. But he was a friend, actually, because he was a customer from Play-Doh. So he was purchasing clothes. We built a friendship. And then, yeah, we just kind of really connected. Then he wanted to start a brand, realized it's timely and costly.
Yeah.
Asked me to come on board as like 50 business partners. I'd go with him to his meetings. And I just saw that there was just like, these guys really, outside of like their deals, people aren't really looking after them in the areas that they need to be looked after. So that's what it is. But yeah, Long Live was just another brand that was kind of, I helped Wilf to build around his whole, like his ethos of who he was. And it's funny even saying now, because I know we'll get into it, but this whole Crystal Palace thing that's happened now, it's funny because my relationship with Crystal Palace goes back probably about 7-8 years. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had my own office in their head office in central London. The collections that we designed for Long Live, we were selling at the Crystal Palace Club store, which was like one of their fastest selling products, like ever. So, you know, yeah, the Long Live brand that had its successes, but I think just sometimes when you're working with someone who's like a real high profile athlete, you have to take into consideration their playing career, their times, injuries, moving around. And sometimes when you piggy bank something off the back end of someone's name, it's not always easy to follow their journey. So we just put it on pause. It's still on pause, but we put it on pause. It was on pause for a reason, actually. But, you know, we'll get to that at a later point.
So, Long Live, spoken about that. I, as your friend, I say I'm your sister. You're my brother.
Who's my sister?
I don't care.
We're not friends. Come on.
Fight me. I never thought that you would end up in the career that you're now doing. It, to me, the twos,
Doesn't make
two and
sense. I
two
don't think anyone
makes
would.
4. It just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So how did you, okay, what do you do now? Because you can explain this better than I can.
So I run a sports marketing / management agency. So I manage elite talent in, I don't want to just say underrepresented spaces, but helping them to kind of really amplify their voices outside of their traditional means, right? So the main focus is like commercial partnerships and how you leverage the relationships with brands. Again, amplifying their voice in traditional and non-traditional spaces, social media management, content creation, and all the above. I have a production company as well, which is Transmission, which is more like long and short form content. And I guess the most recent thing is like the creative director of Crystal Palace, which is, I'm trying to look, you know, not laugh, because I know you lot's faces. But yeah, again, it's just helping the club to really like build relationships through community, design, apparel, and just other like media means.
So how did you get there from Play-Doh to Long Live to now? It doesn't seem like that would be the next step. It's
Yeah.
like you've jumped ahead 45 steps.
What I think the tricky thing is, it's like I started playing when I was young, like 17, 18, and for a very long time, it was my identity. Like, meaning I found it so hard to like let go of. So basically the transition was like, we was having successes at this point. Like we had grown to whatever. We were selling in a lot of reputable places. And then obviously Long Live was running concurrent with Play-Doh. And then I went to China, remember? I went there for a little while. And then to go sort out manufacturing. I come back and we had to set out this order. We put in a lot of money, money that I didn't even have. This is money to feed my family, by the way. It was a really like turbulent time in my personal life. And I remember we was at church on the Wednesday and I got a phone call in the morning on the Thursday that my office had been broken into in Central.
I remember.
And they cleaned me for everything.
Remember.
Everything. So I was obviously down in the dumps, innit? I had no money, I had nothing going on. It just seemed like a huge setback. So naturally, like I was saying, when Wilf would go to his meetings, I would go with him to promote Long Live. So if he's going, I'm not going to name all the brands, but if he was going with like a sportswear brand, I would say, by the way, one of Wilf's other avenues would be Long Live. How do we form partnerships with you in this area too? Obviously, business is my thing. I really enjoy it, and marketing. So what happened is, when I was going with him, I'd go to these meetings, and Wilf is like an amazing athlete, but business is not necessarily his strongest attribute. So I'd go there and I'd be like, this sounds good, but it don't make sense. It's like someone saying, we're gonna put you on all the billboards and we're gonna, you know, promote you here, and it's great. And there's obviously a lot of pros and cons to it, but then they say, we're gonna pay you £10.
Makes no sense.
I'm like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I remember just being in one of the meetings like, guys, like, yeah, like, what's the numbers? And I pulled Wilf and I was like, bro, this don't make sense. After that meeting, we kind of spoke and he was like, look, I said, look, bro, I think there's something that we could do here, but you shouldn't be going into these meetings by yourself, because these guys are always going to get you for what they want.
100%.
And what's better for them is not good for you. So we ended up speaking, and kind of unofficially, actually, I kind of became his commercial manager, like early, like sourcing brand deals, helping him with his profile. And we had an amazing run, especially within that first 2 years of like just navigating his journey. Like again, it was weird because I was shooting in the dark, and it's mad because the barrier to entry into like that space is hard, because where do you meet athletes and earn their trust at that level?
Yeah.
So I had a blessing in disguise. It had to be from God, where not only was I in there with like an athlete, I was in there actually with one of the Premier League's best athletes.
Yeah.
So I was in a lot of conversations and meetings that I prematurely should have been in. So yeah, I never planned to have an agency. I was doing it. Then I realized there was a bit of a ceiling. So I was like, okay, I'm doing this. And I was turning down a lot of people. And as I was having success with Wilf, I was getting a lot more recommendations. I was like, well, my time is only this, and I can only earn this amount. Because I remember getting like my first commercial check. Yeah.
I think I remember it.
Yes.
It was like, it happened in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. We done a walkthrough. It was at half an hour, and it was the most amount of money I've ever been paid in my life.
Yeah.
And I remember going, rah, like this for like half an hour's worth of work. And I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So then I just thought, let me just open it up, like my books to the right people. And obviously my second one was Mikel Antonio, who I went to school with, but I'm very good friends with his agent as well. And again, had success with him. And then it just ended up building out. And that's just kind of how I got to where I am now. It's weird, like I kind of fell into it because you know me, I'm not the most sporty. And that's why you say it's weird, isn't it?
That's why it's weird, because I've never known Kenny to be the person that will sit down and watch football.
No.
Like, it was like, you was never that guy that does that. Or the Olympics or anything like that. To me, Kenny, his interest is fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But what's amazing is that we've seen every step of the way. Like, we have been witnesses to your successes, and like you said, those hard times as well. I remember when your space got broken into, and I was like, I don't even know what to say.
Yes, man.
And one thing about Kenny, Kenny, Adrian are the chattiest people you'll meet, Kenny can talk to a stranger he has never met and speaks to them for 2.5 hours, and it's not unauthentic. Like, it's a genuine conversation. I feel like Kenny genuinely cares about everyone. He'll be like, I want to get to know you, and because it's the truth.
At least that's what you would think if he spoke to you.
Yeah, like
genuinely has a concern.
Yeah, actually, like it's. So when that time happened, I remember how much that rocked you, and I was like, yo, there's not even anything we could do to help. There's nothing we can do to help. So to see you bounce back from that and be where you are now is amazing. And I remember, we went to Turkey last year, living it up in Turkey. We actually had like a friend/family holiday.
That's the first time we've all been on holiday
First
together.
time.
Like with your best friend.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So basically, we've spoken to you guys about where we train with ID with Kyle. He owns a gym in Mayfair, black-owned,
Come on, man.
big things. So basically, Adrian, Kenny, and Kyle are like this.
Yeah.
Guess what?
The one chord, man.
Me, Sharice, Leanne,
Who are their wives?
are like this, So we all went on this massive holiday in July last year.
Yeah.
And I remember the first night that we sat down for dinner, it had been released that you became the creative.
Oh yeah, we were in Turkey. I was
Mad.
with you guys.
Can you remember?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it got announced that you were working with Crystal Palace. You're the creative director.
The first director in the Prem ever.
Listen.
And since then, there's been another one appointed at.
They started advertising for different places. They haven't. I don't think anyone's been appointed yet, but they've been advertising, which is obviously the knock-on effect of the announcement.
So he's a trailblazer, basically.
Trendsetter.
Trendsetter and them things. So I remember sitting around the table. I remember what you had on. You had this. It's like a teal Isimiaki top on, and you had the black trousers on.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you call them, slacks. I don't know.
The Izzy.
Oh. If you know, you know, innit? If you know, you know. And we were sitting around the table and we were like, yo, Kenny. And we were like, but it was almost like you was there but wasn't there.
Because it was mad.
Because it was so overwhelming. Like,
my phone was, I've never seen my phone blow up like
crazy.
that in my
So
life.
we're all sitting around the table and we're like, Kenny, you've done it. And Kenny's just like. Then we're there. The waiters, are talking to us and they love Crystal Palace. And we're like, oh, you know, he's the new, creative market?
Creative director.
Creative director, sorry.
They don't like Crystal Palace. They like Zaha.
Zaha.
As he had just moved to
He had just
Galatasaray,
moved to
Turkey.
Galatasaray in Turkey.
So we're like, you know, he knows Zaha. You're not Zaha? Oh gosh, you want another drink? We'll bring you
crazy.
everything. Can
It
you
was
bring
crazy.
Zaha here?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy. So we've been able to witness those achievements. And what's crazy is weird because I want to go back. Because I remember you and Sharice had Ava.
Yeah.
And I remember you was doing the creative stuff and you was like, hey, I got a kid now. I'm going to have to just get a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Make sure that I'm bringing money in.
Because I said I wasn't really making money like that at the time. Yeah.
And I remember, as my friend, Kenny is the creative. We were like, just get a job. Like, just get a job. Just get a job. Like, this entrepreneur thing, I'd never seen a black person do it. It was always like the white people, Alan Sugars and stuff.
Yeah, I hear it.
And I remember when you got the job and you was like, hey, I got to provide for my family. And I remember seeing you and it was just like, oh.
But I also remember you never said, oh, I don't want to be here. You just did it.
You just did it.
And
you got on with it.
I also remember you kind of enjoying it because I remember you could do this.
Yeah.
But now you were in the career of it. So
Yeah.
the graphic design.
Yeah.
And I remember you done your first thing at TK Maxx.
I remember.
I was on the phone.
TK Maxx.
I remember.
And I was at the bus stop.
That was the good life.
Yeah.
That was the good life.
And he was like, fam, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I'm looking at newspapers, billboards. I'm like, that's all my work.
Crazy.
And again, listen, you know I love and appreciate you guys because it's mad that I shared that moment with you guys, because I can't even imagine anyone else that I would have wanted to share that moment with. But even going back to that was my first official design job.
That's what I'm saying.
And I remember, like, I tell you why it's weird, and even I think that I'm mad sometimes, because you remember how much I was getting paid from that job.
Yeah.
Daily.
100%.
Yeah. And I took a huge drop to do my own thing.
100%.
And I remember being like, am I mad?
And this is
No, I was thinking that.
and this is what's crazy. So you done that. You was like, I've got to provide for my family. We
Yeah.
knew what you was on.
Yeah.
You was on the most out of all of us. Like we were defo, we were on peanuts. It's okay.
I'm trying to think what I
No,
was
it
on.
was on peanuts. So basically, and then I remember when you was like, when you and Sharice were talking, you was like, hey, listen, I'm just going to take a risk. I believe in it. I believe in it. And you done it. And me and Adrian was like,
It was mad still.
oh my gosh, are you sure, Kenny? And you done it, and you did it. And you did it. And not only that, but you broke the glass ceiling. Like, you fully did it. And I was like, this is crazy. And this leads me on to what we were speaking about a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, when I came to Kenny's and Sharice's, and he was like, oh, how's work? And I was like, I'm quitting my job. Do you remember?
that?
Oh my gosh.
Your fault.
It's not my fault.
No, it was your fault.
We had a serious conversation,
Oh,
though.
serious
That was
conversation.
I think I went
deep.
toilet and come back.
I remember Adrian came in like,
What?
he looked around
100%.
like, bro, what you done?
100%.
It weren't. But do you know what it was? I was saying that follow your dreams. Because the thing is, as well, it's funny, yeah? And before I get onto that point, I just want to make another statement, yeah? Like, we was talking about, like, actually what I was on. But remember there was a period where I was so broke for so long.
100%.
Adrian basically funded my life whilst he was driving the buses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have money. You was giving me money.
Yeah.
Literally.
Them days, boy.
Yeah, I'm saying now, literally. I don't have no travel. You'll be like, boom,
Your
there's money in your
patterns,
account.
yeah.
There's money in your account. You got this pattern. I think that's one thing that's beautiful about our relationships. Like,
100%.
with our friends. It's like, if we have it, we don't have it. We was buying like 10 wings and chips for like £1. It was crazy.
Every time we go past that shop,
He says it every single time.
10 wings and chips. It was crazy. People don't believe me. It was real.
10 wings and chips
for £1.
I wouldn't even send you there because I don't know what kind of meat.
That
it is.
chicken defo had like
It
8
was mad.
eyes,
It was
20
us
legs.
three, me, him, Kenny,
Him,
Kyle, we had about £1 something.
We was broke.
How did we get a meal for 3
It's crazy. Isn't
with
it?
less than £2?
But fast forwarding again, back to what you were saying, I could hear in you how passionate you was. And I remember you had kind of not even toyed with it, actually, you was actively doing it by yourself in the beginning.
Yep.
And I think the conversation we had was more about logistics. And does it make sense practically? Like, okay, you're gonna do this, but you have to do this. Like, you can do it, but you just know there's gotta be a time of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like everything. And for me, it's weird. Like, I know the beginning stages are always painful.
Yeah.
But once you push past that pain barrier, like, think about what you lot are doing now.
It's mad.
From that conversation, I remember
Mad.
the lights were dim.
Hundreds.
It was only the TV on
Hundreds.
there. And I
I was
remember
like,
having a conversation.
passion smashing. How are we getting this bread?
And Adrian
was
was in
so
the corner
angry.
sitting there just looking at us like that.
Literally.
He was like,
I was so vexed. I could have got up and bagged you in the face. I swear down.
no, but look.
Yeah.
I know.
And that's the thing. And it's funny, yeah, because like Tara is someone that I've always seen to be so organized. So that weren't going to be an issue for you. And you was creative.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like the way you thought, your thought process. We've always said to you, yeah, to be honest, before influencing was a thing, you had character.
100%.
We was thinking up of fake ideas for you to do stuff like that all the time.
100%.
I've always had that character or the persona.
100%.
But I've never,
Doesn't have to take a risk.
not even that, I've never known what to do with it.
That's true.
Never know what to do with
But
it.
I do agree with her on that.
You won't take risks.
You wouldn't take you wouldn't take the risk.
He wouldn't take risks.
I need safety.
I hear
Even
that.
now,
I need some.
I get that.
even now, yeah, just to throw it in
I'm
there,
more riskier.
I've been toying.
Riskier.
I've been toying with an idea, yeah, about bringing someone on full time.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he's not having it right now. I'll be like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it work,
We gotta make it work.
but I'm gonna make it work. Whereas Adrian's like, no, because basically the account says this.
I get it.
We're not doing
And
it.
we're moving
And I
faith.
guess you've got to have a balance.
My guy, we moving faith.
100%.
God is gonna drop it and deposit it in your heart.
Moving forward and faith. We're now having to pay someone a salary, a whole salary.
And my friend,
My guy.
I'm there. So it's definitely there.
It's there. Like, I will never forget. I will never forget it. And the reason why I won't forget it is because when I sat in that room, we've had so many conversations in your front room where it was starting Meet the Thorpes when my nan passed away. Just before she passed away, I was in you lot's house. Well, I'm always in your house anyway.
come on, man.
But so many conversations, deep conversations. I would say you're probably one of my closest male friends who probably know everything.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? No, it's true. And I remember I sat there and I was like, Kenny, I can't go back to work. And Adrian was in the toilet and I was so scared to say it to him. And I was like, Kenny, I can't go back. I can't. It's the worst job I've ever had. There's nothing worse than feeling like you've got a ball and chain connected and handcuffs connected to your desk.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't do it, Kenny. And I remember Kenny was like, hey, listen, this is, if you're gonna do this, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
and it's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
And I said, Kenny, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I remember we literally had no money at all. And I remember I was like, oh, we need a tripod, whatever. And I don't think it had been even something that I'd said to you. No. And then, did it show up at the house? Or did we collect it? And then Kenny and Sharice called us and was like, just to let you know, we bought you guys a tripod. And I was like,
Showed up to the house.
Yeah,
Showed up to the house.
Because he was on the phone to me.
yes,
Yeah,
he was
no,
like, are you
absolutely.
He's
home?
like, yeah, are you home? And it's like, you probably was tracking it.
Yeah, that's
When
what
it came to the house, he's like, oh, what's that? I was like,
Yeah.
who's this?
Yeah. And you guys bought us our first tripod. And that had changed everything because we were trying to like
Hold it
post
up
up
on the wall.
on the
That's
wall.
what it was. I saw the setup.
Sellotaping it to the door.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
was
falling
mad.
over, doing it, and it
was just
100%.
dropped like-
Honestly, like there's so many firsts, like, and this is why I say you be very mindful of the people that you have around you because sometimes, more time, you need to say a really crazy idea and the people around you be like, you can do it.
Yeah.
Rather than me saying a crazy idea and then being like, but how are you going to pay your bills?
Now, I'll be honest, I'm that person that's going to tell you do it.
100%.
Jump.
100% jump.
100%,
And then you'll figure it out. And even if the parachute comes out just this far from the
but did
ground,
you die?
it's going to come out. Did you die though?
Did you die though?
Did you die though?
But can I put you on the spot for a second?
Go on.
So I'm gonna have to not blast you. I'm gonna have to put you on
Go
the spot
on.
a bit. It's not it's not like that.
Okay.
So even with that conversation, there was two things that I had in mind, even though I hadn't spoken to him about this.
Yeah.
Tara, you had a history of starting jobs
And quitting.
and quitting.
That is who I see.
Okay,
So-
I know that.
Because that's
so
so-
hold on.
Okay, this is who I see.
So check
So
this.
everyone's like, oh yeah, this, that, and the other of times.
So
Yeah,
I know, and
get
the reason
that.
is obviously
Yes.
as bros, we've had these
course.
conversations.
100.
And I said, but bro, if you know she's not enjoying the job.
To let her quit.
But I get it because it's also money in the household,
Yeah, of
innit?
course, of course.
But I get it. So it was like, oh my gosh, I got to think. I didn't even pray on it, so it
Yeah.
worked out anyway. Did you die? So the whole thing was this. Yeah. I remember going to myself, because your YouTube was working actually as yourself.
Yeah.
It was just early stages.
Yeah.
This was before the boom.
Yeah.
And I just remember just being like to myself, do you know what? Yeah. In the beginning, it might seem like that, but it's probably more for you actually, you know? Because I was like, if she's not enjoying her job, it's gonna come back on you. Because I get it, innit?
Yeah.
And the reason why, like, not even looking back, because I got it when I said you're creative, it's headbanging when you got to sit at a desk at something that you don't like and do the same thing every single day. She needed to be in a creative space. So at the end of the day, and think about how proactive, like, this is like, it's testament now based on creativity, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, I was like, if she gets into something creative, you're not gonna have to worry about okay, where's Tara? She's at home. Tara, why are you at home? I quit my job, or I just didn't go in. Tara, what do you mean you just didn't go into work?
Because that's what it was.
I'm like, Tara, what do you mean you just didn't go into work? Have you told them yet?
Nope.
No. Tara, you left for lunch break.
I've gone home.
Why are you here?
They're not going to see me.
But, mad as it is, I also get it. It's like you had like something that you wanted, but hadn't like nailed it down.
100%.
So, and if you remember, I think I said this here, and it wasn't even a grilling. I remember in conversation, I was like, even in that, you're gonna have to learn how to pick up some of those skills. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's the editing, it's the this, that, and the third.
Do you remember how annoyed he was when you said that?
He was
so angry.
He's looking at me down.
I remember.
No,
so
I've gone
basically,
back
let
there.
me give it context, yeah? I was working at an estate agent's, yeah? It's just the wrong role for me.
Yeah,
okay,
100%.
it's just...
There's people.
Oh, there's people. I've got to talk to people I don't like. I've got to be in spaces in a car, go interview houses. I don't know if this person's gonna me in the house. I have no idea. So I remember I went back to work. This was after the pandemic, yeah? Just call it that.
Okay.
And I was working, and the point was, because you had stopped doing gas engineering at that point, and I was working in the estate agents, but then I was coming home and editing. But you was using that period to learn how to edit. And I remember Kenny called you and was like, bro, she's at work and you still haven't learned to edit.
Oh my gosh.
Why
Yeah,
are you
I
not
got
editing? You've got to help her.
Yeah, 100%.
You've got to help her. Like, what are you doing? So what are you doing then? And I remember Kenny was like, what are you doing during the day while she's at work then? And Adrian was fuming. He was like, what do you mean?
He was so angry. We had an argument, I think.
Angry. You were so
Is that a love,
angry.
though? Is that a love? Because you would do
of
the same to
course,
me.
of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying
100%.
to you.
Big up my brother that had my back.
Accountability, though. We
100%.
gotta grill each other sometimes.
100. How's editing going? Do you edit?
No, do you know what it is?
Yeah, go on.
I was learning to edit. But the thing with Tara, she's a perfectionist. And she
That is
doesn't-
also true.
I am.
So you're going to
Doesn't
want to
like-
take the reins.
I am.
When I tried and I did something, she'd be like,
It's not good
that's
enough.
good, but
It's not.
And that's
It's not
what it
good
is.
enough.
Not
Yeah.
good enough. And I'm like,
100%.
don't moan, because I'm trying. I'm
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
trying.
he's trying.
But if
Yeah.
I said, let's screw this bolt on, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Probably, I probably would.
Like, you
No, but I
wouldn't.
probably would though.
You wouldn't. Not the way
Adrian,
I want it to do. It's just
Adrian.
like you like to drive.
You
but
like
you drive
laxy
mad.
daisy.
You drive mad.
You
My
drive
foot's
mad.
always pressing the emergency
It's kind of mad.
brake.
Yeah,
Me?
nah,
You
it's
drive.
kinda mad.
You
What about
literally
you?
drive like
Nah,
you
I
have
don't
no
drive
sense.
mad. Sharice drives mad.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
and you drive like.
And you drive Sharice learned from you.
No.
When we
No,
went
we was
Brighton.
doing some
When we
mileage
went
on the
Brighton.
M-way.
When we
I
went
could
Brighton.
feel
Oh my
Tara scared in
days.
the
When
back.
we
No, I never thought I was gonna die.
Bro, come on, man.
Bro, I thought you know how I
Rags in
repented.
that way.
Honestly,
You know how I repented? I repented. I was in the passenger seat. Tara's messaging me like,
I was
tell
like,
him
tell Kenny,
to slow down.
please.
We're blowing to Brighton at like 2 a.m.
But do you know what? Do you know what's so crazy? Even to turn a funny moment serious, yeah?
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about when you have family that are around you and people that love you. Because the only reason why you drove to Brighton was because I had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I feel like all the big moments in my life, both you and Sharice have been there. Yeah. So even before you got married to Sharice, it was you. Yeah, so when I had left church, the only people that I spoke to was Kenny and Kyle. Yeah. The only people I spoke to. I didn't speak. It's like everybody kind of dropped me out a bit. And to be fair, I dropped a lot of people out. Yeah. But you guys are always persistent. So even on that day we was driving to Brighton and they were trying to us on the way on the motorway, clearly, it was because I had just had a miscarriage. And remember, Ava was still a baby. Yeah. And you guys came to pick us up and it must have been like...
It was like, let's go for a drive.
Midnight.
Yeah, it was
and you was like, come, let's just go. Let's just go for a drive. Clear your head. We got to Brighton. I stood outside for a bit.
Walked up and down.
Walked up and down. Yeah. Got back in the car and you dropped us home. But you defo drive mad though. Both you and your wife.
No, you guys are... I don't think I was tired, man. I had to get there quick.
No.
Yeah, it was that.
Him and Sharice were like, down, in the car. Me and Adrian were like this.
No, I was driving a bit mad when I think about it. You know, I could feel her behind me just shook.
Gosh.
You know when the car goes so fast it starts vibrating? There's 4 people in the car.
No, it's definitely a big boy X5 and we're like this. Oh my gosh. No, you was definitely doing too much. But yeah, no, I feel like you need to be around people that don't think like everybody else. Because had I not, and I give you your flowers as well, even when it comes to Meet the Thorpes. Even Dad told me we done the Top Boy. Top Boy. When we done the Top Boy skits, Kenny's like, oh yeah, this is sick, guys. You have to keep it going. And I'm like, why?
Tara's like, nah, it's finished.
It's
I'm not doing it no more. I'm like, guys.
The reason why we went to Spain,
if you've seen it,
is because of Kenny.
He phoned us like, guys, you gotta go full force. You gotta go.
I said no half stepping.
The followers want to see
Give the people what they want.
What was that?
I said, guys, I'm invested in this now myself.
Can I tell you what he did? He said, I will pay for your flights if the money is 100%. An issue. He said, I'll pay for your flights.
And I didn't even have the money.
You didn't even have the money.
But I'll pay for it. Yeah. Because this was too much. Like, you don't really get those opportunities where I could see, like, this is like a monumental moment where you've got the world's attention like, on what you're doing. Like, you've got, like, Spring Hill Entertainment posting you. That's LeBron James, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul Riviera. Then you've got, like, Netflix and so. I'm like, guys,
Drake.
People are going to be like, I wonder what would happen if they pulled up in thing. I was like, guys, can you imagine that next episode if you show the video of you lot in Spain? Yeah. I said, you've got to go above and beyond.
It was mad because we was on the phone and I was like, Kenny, I can't do it. I'm tired, man.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm tired. And you was like, just push through being tired.
Yeah, I said, just do it, man.
And we booked the tickets.
Yeah.
We came here first.
And
then Kenny was still messaging us. Have you done it?
I'm sure I was away as well. I might have been away.
Maybe.
I think I remember being away and speaking to you guys.
But you wouldn't stop messaging us.
No, I was on it because I know. Do you know what I knew? If I had stopped messaging you lot, you don't mind. Yeah, you wouldn't have done it.
You know we wouldn't have.
You would have talked yourself out of it.
100%. We got to the airport. Kenny's like, "Are you guys getting on a plane?" Yeah, I mean, we're in the airport, and we got to Spain. As soon as we touched down in Spain, he was like, "Have you reached?" Yes, Kenny, we've reached. He was like, you should start shooting in the airport.
Yeah.
Kenny, what? What time? We sat in the airport for 2 hours after landing. And then I remember...
Wait.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
I posted a picture on the stories. He was like, bro, are you dumb?
No, but what was the picture?
Oh, you standing in front of the airport with
Spanish writing, yeah.
He's like, bro, you need to post that on your feed.
And I was like, Kenny, that's not going to work on the feed.
That's not going to work on the feed.
That's not going to work on the feed. We put it on the feed. I'm sure that picture... got like 35,000 likes.
I said, you need to track the engagement.
It was mad.
I said, that because it was such a big moment. On your story, it's just DMs.
Yeah.
People need to see the engagement on that. And I was like, people are going to be going nuts. And I remember just seeing the people that were in the comments thinking, this is crazy.
Mad. They were like, no, she did not go to Spain.
Yes,
she did not go to Spain. And then do you know what? After, what was it? Us going, I can't remember. In the credits, we put Kenny's name.
Yeah, that was
it again? What was it again?
I can't even remember, but I was laughing when I saw it.
Maybe location director or something like that. Mad. But this is, had I not sat in that front room and let's say you gave me a different response, because I think a lot of people integral in Meet the Thorpes, like our parents were, you was, and had I not sat in that room and if I had said, oh yeah, I'm just gonna quit my job, I'm just doing Meet the Thorpes full time, and you was like, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, mad. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. Because the people around you are the people that are going to influence you. To make you feel like, am I going crazy by doing this? So I give you your flowers because I appreciate you because you were one of the instrumental people that helped us get here. Even after we started Meet the Thorpes, Adrian was on the phone. I mean, you guys are on the phone every single day anyway. But you guys, Adrian was like, okay, but who do I email? How do I get contacts? How do I get adverts? And then Kenny would be like, all right, don't message on the weekend because people aren't checking their emails. Message first thing on a Monday morning. Like, you was so instrumental in helping guys, even down to the flipping. We went to a premiere, our first ever red carpet event. Oh my God. We had no money, none. And I was in the shops and I was like, oh, Adrian, this is long. And Kenny sent me some money. He said, no, I think Kenny told you to tell me to go to the shops. Yeah. So I went to the shops and I was like, okay, but why am I here? Because I haven't got the money. And you and Sharice bought me a blazer so that I could wear it on the red carpet. Like, it's those things. Do you get what I'm saying? It's those things.
You're gonna make me cry, Tara.
Huh?
You're gonna make me cry, man.
No, but it's true. It's true. Like, genuinely, it's true. So, and this is why I'm like, regardless of how sick I feel today, this was never gonna happen without me being here, because it's so amazing for us to be able to sit down and see how much you've done in your own life, see the beautiful family you've created, see how your business is so successful. A bloody creative director for Crystal. Kenny, that's not, do you understand that's not normal?
Yeah, sometimes I have a bit of imposter syndrome sometimes. Though.
Like, it's not normal.
But do you know what? And I appreciate that, yeah. But I think the other thing, I've got to kind of reverse this on you guys as well, because again, just as much as you guys have championed us in those moments, there's probably 10 more for every one that you lot have mentioned that you guys have helped us. Or helped me, or helped my family, helped my wife, like help the kids. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And like, it goes without saying, like, money for us in our friendship group is not something that we hold on to.
100%.
Like, there's definitely been times where I've needed literally like £1.05 and I've messaged Adrian. I'd be like, bro, I need that. I need to buy some oranges. Like, but it's like, and we've never really been afraid to kind of, you know, to kind of express that with each other. A lot of guys realize that we don't share like that. And not only just in our friendship, as he said, like, Tara, man, you're one of my closest, I'm trying to think, if not my closest actual, like,
come on,
female friend.
Yeah.
And, you know, if in that perspective, you have to realize, like, we've been through a lot together. Like, I remember even just without telling you, like, popping up to your university.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all of those kind of things, like, we ain't heard from you. Like, we're like, well, we're not just going to wait around.
Roll up.
We're rolling up.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that goes for both of you lot. But to see what you guys have done in this space of time is mad. Like, we go out. Like, you lot are my celebrity friends. Stop being silly. I remember being in the Tesco and people was following you lot around the house. Yeah. Okay, my first ever award I've ever won in my whole entire life, which is a few weeks ago, I go there. Right? They're making me wait in the line for an award I'm going to pick up. We get to the front of the line. Hey, yeah, Kenny, Annan-Jonathan, I'm here for so-and-so. All right, cool. Next. She wasn't even looking at me, by the way. He's my guest. He's my guest. She goes, oh, okay, so what award are you picking up today? I was mad. What does he do? He's not in this space. He's my guest.
100%.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And I remember even being in there, like, people watching, and it's weird because, like, being in there and people are like, oh my gosh, and sometimes you don't know why people are looking. Do you remember the time when we was in Selfridges and that you was watching? So we're looking now, and I think I've clocked, or Carl's clocked him looking at you or looking at us. So we've looked like, rah, like, what's this you on?
Yeah.
Like, looking, but he just looked like a road you. So we're looking at him like, rah, what's good? Then he's come over, but he's kind of come over kind of bossy, innit? Like, he's walked over like with the shades on and and he's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, big man, I like your content, you know? I'm like, I thought we was gonna have to get a crack in. You get me? But it's mad because you can see the impact that you guys have on so many different walks of life. Like, I communicate with so many different people, and it's mad. Like, when I go, I look through lots of comments all the time, I promise you, even though we ain't.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm saying, I look for it all the time. And I'm like, bro, that's mad. Like, that person I know from somewhere way, 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 like that wouldn't even be in line with you personally. Like, they're in your comments.
Mad.
Or I'll be looking at this person or this person that we've grown up listening to their music. They're in your comments. Like, it's crazy. You're on my explore page, or people are sending me you lot's content.
That's mad.
Not knowing who we are to each other. And I'm like, do you know how mad that is? And I don't want to do that. You lot are my bona fide friends. I don't want to do that.
That's my
like,
friend.
hey,
My
that's
friend for a long time.
That's my friend, you know.
I get it.
You get me sending them pictures and that. Like, it's long.
100%.
But what you guys have managed to do and keep your messaging pure has been, like, for me, like, the amazing thing, and I'll go again back to you, Tara. Like, people don't realize like your content journey started a long time ago.
Very long time ago.
Do you get what I'm saying? I remember, and then coming to the house and then just being like, oh, I want you guys to watch it and review it. Like, our kids were like your first audience.
Yeah.
Hello, Auntie Tara.
Hello, Auntie Tara.
Hello, Auntie Tara.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
They leave you on the TV.
yeah, it's mad. Like,
Yeah.
so I remember just sitting and watching. So again, people see this now, but the journey of what the sacrifices that you guys have had to make, from not having stuff to then having stuff to not having stuff to doing that. We talk about that Top Boy thing, even regardless of where the money's coming from, just to go and do that is a gamble.
100.
If you didn't leave your job, you wouldn't have had the time to do that.
Absolutely.
Do you get me?
Absolutely.
And the fruits of the labor is like, really and truly, like, the sky is the limit for you guys anyway. And I've always said that. It's mad because even at that point, remember, we still kind of didn't understand influencing.
Yeah.
So we're like, even at the same time, still in my head, I'm like, eesh.
Yeah.
Am I giving man the right advice? Like, it's mad. Because it's like, it's hard. Like, it's different. If we're single, it's fine. Like,
Yeah, you can risk it more.
you get me?
Yeah.
Like, pot noodles and OXO cubes is fine.
100%.
Do you get me? But when you know at the end of the month you got rent, your wife to pay for, you got the bills to pay, like, there's so much wife to pay for. That's mad.
No, things to pay
That's
for.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
your
no,
wife
do you know what I'm
got things
saying? I
pay
want to get
for.
cancelled, you know?
Yeah.
No, but yeah, things to pay for, for your wife, and then you're like, right, no, I got to risk it. And like I said, I think the beautiful thing about seeing Adrian develop into this, is not being a risk taker, and still he's calculated, but he's risk taking.
Oh, 100%.
And if you know Adrian, he's taking risks.
He would never do this.
No. He's taking risks.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, because I know him,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a massive move. So I'll see certain things, I'll be like, yeah, that's mad. Because the Adrian I know, the lunchbox I know, is not going to do that.
Yeah,
Because he would be
100%.
like, bro, like, well, we can do this, but we have no money, so it doesn't make sense.
100.
Do you get what
And
I'm
I'll
saying?
be like, look, just have faith. Got to work it out. Adrian's like, all right, Sister Tara, I get it. But no, how are we paying this rent? Now, I don't know, Adrian. God, we'll work it out. Do you get what I'm saying?
I remember even our first red carpet together.
Oh my gosh, Black Panther.
That was a moment.
Mad.
I remember going, and
Mad.
it felt mad.
Mad.
I'm on the red carpet with my actual family.
Bro.
It's crazy.
Hey,
It was mad. It was
I was doing
absolutely mad.
fashion.
It was crazy.
Looking at that carpet and seeing like the Daniel Kaluyas,
Yes,
Yeah.
the Peters, and
Even the Stormzies, the Maya
Storm-
Jammers,
yeah.
everyone.
It was wild because I normally feel really uncomfortable going to those kind of events. But when I saw you, I was like,
oh, breath of fresh air.
okay.
That was the first time ZZ come up to us. Remember? It was like,
Yeah,
you know us.
Yeah.
It's like we
I
watch
tell you
you.
what's mad, because we was both working.
Hundreds.
Remember, I was with Mikkel.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like, I was with Mikkel, and you guys came, and I remember just the embrace, and I was like, this
It's
is
wild.
mad.
Maddest thing for me, we was walking the red carpet and we heard, hey, can we get a signature? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Picture. I was like, who? Us, them, they. Like, why do you want us? It was like, right,
No, listen,
crazy.
man.
It was phenomenal.
We definitely had some moments, man. And the thing is, like, these conversations are beautiful. We have them, like, personally. It's
Yeah.
been a while though.
Yeah.
And again, there's just so much memories that we can go through. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, that I think of that just come to my mind. But the beautiful thing about it is that obviously the journeys are still continuing,
Yeah.
but like, we've managed to get a certain amount of success on our journey so far.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we've come from night walks to Asda to buy Doritos, chocolate milkshake,
Honestly.
and a pepperami.
yeah.
Honestly.
You get what I'm saying? To whatever it is, like,
Yeah.
to eat in Turkey, you know, like,
Living that big
living
life.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Honestly.
saying? Oh, by the way, do you remember that time when I saw you when I was walking to Asda, Tara?
Oh my days.
Crazy.
Oh my days.
Hold on, wait. I've got a story when I was walking to Asda for both of you, lot.
Go on.
I'm gonna hop your one as well, actually. You remember?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
What
What happened?
happened?
Basically.
No, which one are we gonna go with first? Let's go. Let's go. No, let's go with yours first,
Okay, go
Tara.
on, go
It
on.
was random. So I remember when I could. It was weird that, like, I just couldn't sleep at night.
You never slept, Kenny.
I know, but you know, what it is, my brain was like
On go.
moving.
He never slept. You could message Kenny at 4 o'clock on the
I'll be up.
morning. 4:01.
My brain. It's mad, yeah. Because when you look back, that was the time when I was creating.
Yeah.
So if I couldn't do nothing, I'd just go for walks.
Yeah.
So I'd walk to Asda. Obviously, it's probably like 20-minute, half an hour walk
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
house. Yeah. And I remember just seeing Tara randomly. I was like, "Where's you going?" Oh, how did it go again, Tara? What happened?
I had got to pick up something from someone's house. and I'm driving, and I must have been near Latchmere, going back to my house. And I'm driving. We weren't even married then, no, because I was still at my mum's.
Yeah.
We're driving, and I'm like, Kenny? And he's like, yo! And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I said, Kenny, what are you doing? He was like, I beg you drop me Asda. And then we went to Asda, right? I dropped you to Asda. And I was like, what are you doing out? But that is Kenny. Kenny is always...
I swear when he got in the car, you was
No,
like...
because I bust the door open.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Remember.
Yes,
I bust the car door open.
I do. And I said, hey, don't watch me. I got pajamas on. I had like shorts on. I was like, Kenny, I'm so sorry.
I think I gave you my jacket.
Do you know what he did? He did. This is him. This is him.
Hey, put it on.
No, but it wasn't even like that. He was like, where you coming? No, he opened the door, sorry. And he was like, put that on. And he started banding me up. He was like, where you going?
It's 3 in the morning.
And I was like, I'm just coming from so-and-so's house. It was a girl's house. He was like, draw me Asda. We was driving Asda. He was like, no, but where you coming from? And he was like, you could tell me, you could tell me the truth. I said, Kenny, I'm coming from this person's house. I just had to get something. And I remember you said, don't ever leave your house like that again.
Yeah,
you never know what will happen.
That was
I was like, are you all right? And he was like, are you all right? And then actually, I think I held onto the jacket for a couple of months after that. I was like, this is a nice jacket.
So the funniest thing is, where I saw you was parallel to where I saw him.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Literally. So again, I'm going on one of my late night walks.
Course.
I don't know what's going on.
I had just come back from Asda.
And mad.
The police pulled me over.
Shut up.
So I'm getting stopped.
So I'm
Who
walking,
do I see? I'm like cuffed up or something, yeah?
So I've walked past, yeah, and I've double to, I'm like, rah. But I thought, it's late. I'm going to keep on moving.
He didn't say a word to me, you know?
I said, do I have anything?
didn't say a word.
I said, do I have anything on me? I looked at him and I walked. And then I think I walked back. I said, I can't leave him like that.
I was thinking, nah, this brother, you can't see me, no?
But I was thinking, bro, it's late. Why are you... Yeah, it's mad.
So what happened after that?
I don't remember. I just remember he didn't speak to me. That's why I remember.
It was funny, though. Cause I thought, do you know what? Have you ever done that thing, yeah, where you're like, you end up like stopping and speaking to someone and you end up getting arrested at the same time?
Yeah.
Thinking,
You don't want it.
mad.
No.
Well, this is long, man. What did you do?
Wait, what about the time when we left their house?
Yeah.
No, we left your house. Me and you left your house.
We got stories. Another one, the Tara hates.
You went to drop off some clothes.
Oh
from the
my
brand,
gosh. Yeah.
And we were parked up innocently, you know.
Innocently.
And the feds came past like maybe 2 or 3 times. The same feds.
We're sitting,
They saw us
engine off.
Sitting in the car,
In
engine
my
off.
car.
His car. The car just pulled up beside us. Guys, can you get out? Get out for what? Anyway, they told the driver to get out. 2-2, I see him getting arrested. I'm saying, wait.
Why am I getting arrested?
Why is he getting arrested? Oh, it's a stolen car. I was like, wait.
It's my
How can
car.
it be stolen? It's his
That's
car.
rubbish,
I goes, what does the name say on the thing? It says his name, Kenny Annan-Jonathan. Okay, so who have you got in cuffs? Kenny Annan-Jonathan. So how can it be stolen, you idiot?
It was mad. And then remember that all the bully vans started coming.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Then they're telling me to get out. So I started recording.
Yeah, he started going mad.
And I said it to Tara. I'm like, just in case.
You didn't send it to me.
Maybe,
no,
I
you
said it
did
to
not.
Sharice then.
No, you didn't send it to Sharice.
I sent it to
You
someone.
didn't send it to neither me or Sharice.
Okay.
We got a phone call and we were shocked.
Yeah, from the jailhouse.
Yes.
Mate,
All we
we got
got was,
arrested.
but picture it. We're chilling in the yard.
We went to go drop off clothes.
This is, Kenny
they
and
have
Adrian.
shoes
Kenny
on?
and Adrian always do this. Like, follow me here quick.
That's
yeah?
it.
Follow me here quick. So me and Sharice is chatting, whatever. I'm like,
It's getting late.
it's getting late. Adrian's got the car keys. I'm confused.
And the house key.
All I get is, this is a collect call from Wandsworth Police Station. Would you like to take the call from Adrian? Click 1 for yes. So I click 1. I said, are you mad? Are you mad, Adrian? Are you mad? I said, what have you done? He was like, look, I can't really say too much. Because then he's like, sorry, miss, what did you say? It's recorded. Babe, I can't really tell you nothing. I said, are you mad? What do you mean you can't tell me nothing? I said,
They batted us as well.
you guys got batted. You guys got batted.
Man.
Oh, by them?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
lot
yeah.
had batted us. But it was, I tell you what, it's mad. Because I swear the next day we was flying out or something.
Yeah, you lot was.
Yeah,
We was
you
flying.
guys
I
were.
had work, and they said we'll get released because there's no
I remember.
charge.
And then they moved us to
Sutton.
Sutton when we were
From
supposed to go to
Wando
Wandsworth.
Was that
Sutton.
what? We're not being charged with nothing. Like,
It was
I
a proper
couldn't
idiot.
believe
It was
it.
a proper idiot.
And I remember Adrian on the phone, he said, hey, listen, you sounded like you was Ja Rule on a song. This is it. He was like, hey, listen, if I don't get up before 9 a.m., I beg you call my workplace and just tell them I can't make it. Yeah. And then it must have been about 11 o'clock in the morning and you called me off your phone and I was like, what? What do you want? Did you call my job? Yeah, I did. When you came home, you got fire. But do you know what? Do you know what's so crazy? Is that even when I look back, I gave both of you no grace. Yeah, because 100%. I'm like,
she was on us.
You're my brother.
Yeah, she was on us.
But my sister's here as well.
But
I said, no. I said,
what did we do?
I was angry with you guys. And Kenny was like, Kenny called me. He's like, T, I just want to say, I'm so, Kenny, I don't want to talk to you.
It's mad.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. But the reality is, you guys actually did nothing wrong.
Do you know what the maddest thing about it is? Wrong. When I, it's weird, like 3 years later, yeah, I stopped and I thought to myself, yeah, they arrested us, yeah. The car was stationary and the engine was
off.
Yeah. And remember, they were saying, oh, because we're in the vehicle and the engine's on. Yeah, but it's mad, because there was so much going on, I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
I said everything that I thought.
No, you was going off. And in my head, I was like, because remember, I'm not thinking we're getting arrested, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're going to make it worse.
Yeah.
So I said, and it's me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just cool. Let them do their checks. They're going to find out it's whatever. And then we're going to go. You're going to do it. They've done the insurance. They've done all of this. They checked it. Okay, it's me.
100.
2 extra bully vans come up. It was a scene.
Mad.
Then they was like, yeah, we're going to take you down to the station. I'm like, why?
From
Mad.
what?
And I'm sure they also impounded my car as well.
Yeah, because you had to collect it.
I had to go and collect it.
Yeah, you did have to collect it.
It was
a joke thing.
Honestly,
And then they said, oh, we'll get you travel home.
And they didn't get you travel home.
We didn't get travel home.
It was like, well, we saw how much money he had in his pocket. He'll get you a cab. I thought...
They actually violated.
They
violated
we
so
saw a couple
badly.
people at the station though.
Yeah.
It was a mad night still.
Link up, yeah.
It was a mad night still.
Oh, mate.
Nah, we
so
got
many memories.
Yeah, we got memories,
Literally
man.
the highs and the lows.
The highs and the
so
lows.
many memories.
Nah.
But I just think, just to sit here and have you on here, Kenny, it's honestly, I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of what you're doing. I think to be a creative director for Crystal Palace is no joke. That is no joke.
How are you finding it? Do you feel there's pressure because you are like the only one in the UK at the moment?
Do you want me to be honest with you? I don't, you know. Okay. I think like when I first had the meeting with them, they said to me, like, do you feel pressured? Like, is this a lot of pressure you got to deliver? I'm like, no. I've done more stuff for myself from what you lot are asking me. But not only that, you know, like, I think design is about doing I don't design for people. It's weird, isn't it? But you design for what you like. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think you start over the years, I've got comfortable in designing what I like at the taste level that I like, hoping that other people connect with it. It's like, what's his name? Rick Rubin, yeah? Like, doesn't play no instruments, doesn't do anything, yeah? But is like one of the biggest like cultural music tastemakers. And I saw an interview with him and they was like, so if you don't play no instruments and you don't have a music background, what is it that people like appreciate from you? And he was like, well, my taste level, I have an extreme confidence in the ear that I have when it comes to picking the right sounds for what I like, hoping that other people, and I think that's just what it was. So there weren't pressure. Sometimes you think this, that, and, but no, I don't feel pressure. I think only more recently I thought I want to be able to do a good job because I know if I don't, it might affect the people that come after me.
Right.
So I feel that kind of, not a burden, but like, I've got to do good because I want to keep the door open. And yeah, that's just it, man. And if I'm honest with you, like, listen, I love what I'm doing at Crystal Palace, and I love the fact that, you know, as I said, I pitched this idea to them 7 years ago. But
Look at that.
yeah, it's mad. But I think, like, where my mind goes is still like, honestly, and no exaggeration, if we're talking about on a scale of 100%, I don't think I've even touched 10% of what I know I can do and what I will do.
Yeah, I believe
So
you.
it's just like, you know, in the creative fields and building media houses and representing elite talent and storytelling, like, you know, I think this year is going to be an interesting year. Last year was good, but hard when the announcement happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my first magazine shoot as well.
Mad.
Wonderland magazine.
Sorry.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Big time. Come on.
But nah, it's dope. But I get to share these moments with my family. Do you see what I'm saying?
Of course.
And we've been saying all of these things about, like, even within ours, man. I don't know if you lot show David like that.
Oh, I don't.
No, okay, well, like, David's been with me on half this journey.
No, because he doesn't want to go in
producer,
front of the
he doesn't wanna
camera.
go on
David, the
camera.
producer that hides himself and doesn't
Okay,
speak.
well,
Oh, do you? Do you want to come and say something then?
My little brother / my son, man.
Come on, David.
And
come.
honestly,
That might's not
come,
been-
No, sorry, I can turn it on.
listen, genuinely as well, we're talking about all these moments, yeah, but it's funny because David here has actually been with me through some of the businesses that I run. you know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say one thing.
Don't say
Okay.
something silly.
Wait, you take my space. You take my space so you're in the camera.
Okay, don't say something silly. Don't say something silly. Don't say something
You
silly.
can still sit here.
No, go sit
Okay. No, because I want you.
Just
No,
sit
it's for
down.
you two. It's for you
Just
two.
sit down, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom. So basically, what I wanted to say is,
Here we go.
now honestly, it's annoying because I don't want to speak. This will get blurred out anyway. But honestly, being here and hearing this, obviously, I'm younger than both of you lot, as you can see.
You look older though.
Calm down. But honestly, I feel proud knowing all of you lot, especially coming from like I've seen some of you lot's downfalls. Like we were having a conversation earlier today, and it's like when I started coming to church, it was known all you lot, but you lot were young in marriage, so it was you lot were still finding your way to work around it. Do you know what I mean? And seeing how you lot have done it, and now to where you lot are now, and I feel like this is only just a scratch in the surface of what you lot can become. It's like it's inspiring. Do you know what I mean? Like Kenneth from Onina. Like you haven't even spoken about the post office.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh snap.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like,
mad. Yeah.
We ain't even spoken about the post office. Played apparel. Even when you had the what was it? Do you remember the spray, the trainer spray?
Sneaky. Yeah, the
Do you get what I mean?
protection company.
To where you are now, honestly, I don't think you give yourself enough credit for it. Especially someone that's like we ain't even spoken about all your setbacks. Do you know what I mean? Like remember in church when with your car.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like we ain't even like
my car got broken into
do you
the
get what I
day
mean?
after my
It took the laptop.
wedding anniversary. They took my laptop.
Just parked up.
I just parked off our phones, my wife's bags, everything. That was another dark moment.
And if I remember, I was living with you those times.
Yeah.
So
no one doesn't even know that. As well.
do you get-
David was living with me. That's my.
Do you get what I mean?
My son.
So it's like, and I've seen this man go through it, and he's got wife and kids, and a man said after, God will provide. It's like what? What?
Yeah, I remember.
Like that's the strength I've seen from someone firsthand. Yeah. So I know, like, I don't want to make it too serious, but that's how I know like God's real. From when someone his first thought is God will provide, when all he's seeing is loss after loss after loss after loss, and he's picking his head up and he's looking forward. Like, bro, man, I don't commend you enough. Like, honestly,
he's gonna make me cry.
Honestly, I have to big you up. Like, these are the people who should be championing, and it's a shame that people like you aren't championed enough, aren't shown. Do you know what I mean? Like, see something tripping on TikTok, and they're the people that will be the face of the UK. But someone like you, that's real, that's done so well for yourself, and like I said, always scratching the surface, bro. Like, just want to let you know.
Go and say it.
You're my guy. You're my guy. You're my guy.
Man,
and for Lunch and Tara, also, like you lot's story is one that,
trust me.
like, do you get what I mean?
In marriage,
like you lot have gone through it. Like the car on fire. do you get what I mean? Like,
I forgot about that.
I was with you in that car as well.
Do you get what I mean? Like, we have to, like, I don't want the people to understand that these aren't people that have not come without so much tough times and so much times where it's like I said, they're talking about the divorce, like, to where you lot are now, and you lot being the face of black marriage excellence. Like, that's a story within itself. So I just want, like, for the pair of you, and obviously there's others like the Kyles.
Yeah.
Honestly, from like someone that's like you lot's little brother, like, honestly, the love and respect I have for
Why'd
you
you
lot.
say like for?
Huh?
You are a little brother.
Thank you.
Be intentional.
Thank you, family. But honestly, the love and respect I have for you lot will never know. And honestly, I appreciate you lot, and God knows what you lot are gonna do in like 5 years' time. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the things that God is gonna show you lot, God is gonna put you lot through. to bring you lot to a place where God can say that these are my children, and you can see that, because even when times have been tough, these lot have still shown me during that tough times, and you lot have done it, and it's got you lot to hit where you are now. So who really knows within 5 years, man.
Amen, man.
Honestly,
Can everyone
man.
bow their heads and close their eyes, please? Nah, it was
Honestly, this will be blurred out though. So do you know what I mean?
Nah, listen, nah, that was beautiful, man. Come on, man. That's my guy, man. Nah, listen, love and appreciation, because definitely in like some of our more recent times, it's funny because David slotted into all of our families like perfectly, like literally, like relationship with you two, me and Sharice, then obviously Kyle and Leanne, like, and how he is with like the kids and like just being around.
David, you know.
Like, it's funny 'cause as I said, I don't think I've ever, I have never told no one, even just about the living with us. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, even that time period, and that was a time where things was like just going wrong. And even just saying that, remember like my laptop being stolen, I don't know, it was a mad time, you know, guys.
It's crazy.
Do you know what was mad? I remember not having, again, it was hard because I was still trying to recover from the break-in.
Yeah.
And what happened is, I remember Carl pulling up to the house and leaving some money. Well, he didn't. He came, he spoke to me and left. Then he phoned me and he was like, just to let you know, bro, I left something for you on the table. So I'm like, what's you talking about? So I looked under the table, it's money. Left like, there was a lot of money there. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I know you don't, but this is what it is, bro. I just broke down.
Of course.
I couldn't even do it. And then I had someone else that came up to me and was like, I'm going to give you something as long as you promise, and that's to never tell anybody I gave it to you. And they gave me a laptop.
Mad.
They was like, here, like, here's the Mac. But you cannot tell anyone I gave it to you. Not because I care about anyone, say because it's between me and you.
Yeah. Not everything needs to be
It doesn't
publicized.
need to be said. And I swore to that. And it's like, again, these down times, man. Even another one is random. When we was in the house and I was looking out my window and then the other guy was trying to break into the X5, I was with you.
Oh my days.
I've had so much madness happen, Jay, that just wasn't making sense at the time. But I thank God for you lot, you know. Because there was certain times of keeping me sane. Because I think that the time I probably would have killed someone. I was ready. No, that guy I really wanted to hurt. Because I've caught someone and I just wanted to unleash all my anger on someone that I've actually caught.
Yeah.
And I just thought, let me just let him go.
Yeah.
It's mad, like, but listen, man, yeah, it's been a journey. And again, I appreciate the words, even from you, David, but like, with all of us, like with what we're doing now, coming from where we've come from, like Battersea, Clapham Junction, and like the things that you grow up around and things that you see to where we are now, like even the fact that we can sit and talk like this is crazy. People will never know, like they will never know, like, you know, Instagram and that is your highlight reels, and there's nothing wrong. I think there's a use case for everything, but I always say behind anyone who's front facing, man, there's a backstory. Like,
100%.
Like, I'm glad that I've been able to sit down. I've only started kind of doing podcasts, but if I'm honest with you, sitting down with you guys, this has probably been my most like freeing conversation. Yeah. Like where I've got to be myself.
Yeah.
A lot of them are very strategic questions, and it's not because it's for a use case. But I actually prefer the human side of having conversations, like where I get to, you know what I'm saying, like speak to you guys or people that understand like what is life about. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that no matter what it is that you do, skills are transferable. Do you get what I'm saying? You work from dancing to modeling to being on the buses to that, and then, you know, even you're modeling with the agency that you was with before to doing stuff with Giacomo. Like I remember that whole period. Yeah. And then coming to shoot you at my office. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because we needed new pictures. Well, you needed new pictures for your thing, and we were shooting it. To sitting down with you, Tara, and then you sharing stuff with me sharing stuff with you, and like I just sit now, and life, man, it's just got a funny way of like just putting things together. Yeah. Like we skip through the chapters, man. 100%. But listen. 100%. Yeah, it's mad.
What's so crazy is that now, I remember, how long have you been married? Nearly 11 years. So actually, let's just say 10 years. 10 years ago, when we stood outside where we were living, and we said, all right, who's got the Maggie cubes, who's got whatever, and then you saying in 10 years,
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh yeah, that's
But
mad.
10 years.
That's happened. Yeah, and we're here. We're here.
One thing I do remember that you used to get annoyed about when I was working in the school. Every morning, Kelly would be like, bro,
Every morning.
we're going to make 100 bags.
Every single morning.
These times I'm on... literally-
Get money, gang, B.
Yeah, every morning, you know.
He's definitely getting paid like £1,100 a month.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was
Like
my salary back
1,100.
then?
That was the ceiling.
Probably between 15 and 18 grand a year salary. He talking about, bro, we're going to make 100 bags next year. I'm like, sir, how?
I'm like,
Your head's bleeding.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm like, sir, how? How? 100 bags?
yeah,
It's going to take
every
me 10
morning.
years to do that.
100%. And that's even before tax.
100 bags, like,
I remember every morning.
every morning.
And I remember my walk to the train station, yeah, and phoning Adrian. And I know Tara is in the bed somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
starting from before I leave
Because
the
Adrian will
yard.
be like this in the bed. Yo,
I'm
and
like,
then
cuz.
it's loudspeaker.
I'm like, why sound like you're asleep, blood?
100.
Get up.
100.
What we doing?
Because of the death, you know,
I
because
said, sleep because of the deaf, cuz. Get up. What we doing today? I remember, but do you know what it is? Even though we didn't have it, it was just gassing each
talking,
other
yeah.
up, innit?
Yeah.
We're just like, no, we gotta do it. You get what I'm saying? No, but
That's what, but that's what you need.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, you're right, yeah? That's what you need. Because, and I would say this to anyone that is, whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, surround yourself with people that will gas you. Like, oh, so you're on £10,000 a year? Next year you're gonna make 80.
Yeah.
The year after that you're gonna make $1 million. Like it's got to be so
gotta be
out
so
of this
upset.
world, and not just for them to say it and not believe it, but to believe it. Like, do you know what my belief is? Kenny is gonna be one of our first friends that make $1 million. I've always said this. Have I not said this? I've always said this. Kenny will be the first to make $1 million. He will, and then the rest of us will all be second.
What are we talking? In the account or are we talking grossing?
No, in the account. Okay. It's just sitting. That's not anything that needs to be paid out. That's after everything's been paid,
Yeah,
bro.
I hear you.
That's the million.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
Like,
100%.
and I believe it for you. Again, I can't express how grateful I am to have you here.
my family,
I'm
man.
grateful for your life, Kenny. I genuinely love you. I've seen the way that God has been on your life, whether it's been hard or not.
Yeah.
And life is like this sometimes.
Yeah.
And we go up and down, and the same for us. But we're still here. All of us, collectively, we're still fighting. And that's the main thing. But I'm proud of you.
Hey, man, I love you guys.
I love you.
Come on, man, listen. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you
It's
for
my
telling me
brother.
to quit my job too. Yes. So,
Listen,
great episode.
that's been another episode of True Talk with the Thorpes.
Yep.
We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.